Hello there, Internet. Mogwai here, and I know nothing of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Regardless, we are going to be mono-redding, but we're going to mono-red with style, as I have a new mono-red deck for you guys. The cool mono-red, I guess, which is Burn Baby Burn, a deck built around Cavalcade of Calamity and Chandra's Spitfire. We're going to be spitting some hot fire at our opponents, and it's going to be in the form of Chandra's Spitfire in conjunction with the Torch Courier to give it haste. So let me talk a little bit about this deck and how it works and why it's so awesome, despite the fact that it's a mono-red aggro deck. Well, we are aiming to capitalize on Cavalcade of Calamity with a bunch of threatening one-attack creatures that can go and spread out really wide. We have 4 copies of Scampering Scorcher as our unique 4-mana play and our highest mana play on top of that, which makes us run 19 mountains. It's a little bit daring, not gonna lie, but you know, I think we can be brave enough to do so with this sort of build. And our early curve is quite filled with different, you know, menacing little possibilities. We got 4 copies of Fanatical Firebrand, 4 copies of Scorch Spitter, and 4 copies of Torch Courier. These are my 1-drops of choice, and there's a good reasoning behind every single one of them. Fanatical Firebrand has haste and has the ability to also ping and deal damage, you know, without having to connect an attack, which makes it the most efficient, overall consistent source of 1 mana damage red has as a color, and therefore is kind of a staple for any sort of like aggro focused red deck to begin with. We have 4 copies of Scorch Spitter, which deals 1 damage to the opponent or the planeswalker that it's attacking upon attack, which is really important for Chandra's Spitfire, which I will move on in, you know, a few seconds. And Torch Courier is a 1-mana 1/1 with haste. We want the haste, it's very valuable, who has the ability of sacrificing himself to pass over the torch over to our bird and give that haste, which makes him very, very important for what is going to be our Omaiwo Mu Shindairu finisher. You see, I include the Mu in there. Hope you're proud of me. Chandra's Spitfire is where all this magic, you know, leads to. This is a 3-drop that was introduced with the M20 Coreset, and it is a very nasty little thing. You know, at first glance, it looks like a 3-mana 1/3 with flying. It's not really doing too much. It has an ability that doesn't quite sink in how powerful it can be at first, because you read it and it says, whenever an opponent is dealt non-combat damage, Chandra's Spitfire gets +3 attack until the end of the turn. And that seems like, okay, well, if I throw a shock and a lightning strike, I can get this up to 7 attack. Well, that's not that great. But if we have the right deck set up for this thing can reach like 20 attack just like that. And the fact that we can give it haste with Torch Courier makes this a hilarious finisher. How do we do that? How do we make that happen? Well, Cavalcade of Calamity is the biggest enabler. As you can see, Cavalcade of Calamity is a 2-mana enchantment that says whenever a creature you control with power 1 or less attacks, Cavalcade of Calamity deals 1 damage to the player or planeswalker that creature is attacking. So it's basically Scorch Spitter's ability on a enchantment stick. Let's go with that terminology right there. So Cavalcade of Calamity can trigger every time we attack with one of our little creatures, and every time Cavalcade of Calamity deals damage, Chandra's Spitfire is going to be getting +3 attack. Imagine if we have Chandra's Spitfire and then we play Scampering Scorcher from our hand. Just so you guys have an idea, with Chandra's Spitfire and Scampering Scorcher alone, this thing triggering 3 times, so we're dealing 3 damage from Calamity, on top of the fact that we have 3 1/1s attacking and a 10/3 flyer going phase. But generally speaking, we can get this to do much more. How? Well, on top of that, we have 3, not 2, but 3 copies of the Flame of Keld. This may seem very greedy. A lot of people look at this and ask me, why are you just not running 2 copies? Like, running 3 copies of Flame of Keld is, you know, it's a little bit reckless, because obviously if you draw multiple copies of this card, you lose on quite a bit of value, and it doesn't really turn out all too great. But the thing is, Flame of Keld with Cavalcade of Calamity is just absurdly strong. It's so powerful. If we can play, a lot of times we're going to play aggressively with this. We're just going to play this on turn 3. and we're just going to hope for the best. We're going to draw into some of our combo pieces, and then all of a sudden we have something like a Scampering Scorcher, which can potentially deal 9 damage if all of them connect. We can draw into Cavalcade Calamity, or have one on the board already, and enable Flame of Kel to deal 3 damage every time we attack with a 1-attack creature. On top of that, we have a bunch of haste units that can really, you know, come in later down the line and get the attack, you know, on the 3rd chapter of the saga, which is when we want it. And thus, this card can give us another win condition alongside Chandra's Spitfire, basically, that can make Cavalcade of Calamity an absolute just menace to the opponent, and a very, very reliable win condition. More so than what it seems on paper. Like, this deck is very deceptively powerful if you set up the combo pieces together. We have 4 copies of Lightning Strike, 4 copies of Shock, and I like pointed at them, you know, in the wrong order, but whatever. And 4 copies of Light Up the Stage. These are pretty self-explanatory. We're still a mono-red aggro deck in a way, so we want to have efficient, you know, single target sources of damage, and Light Up the Stage is an excellent resource for card draw for any sort of aggro driven red deck, which is why we're running 4 copies of it. And these cards are also good targets for us to recycle with Chandra, Acolyte of Flame, which is why we want to get some utility out of her -2, but she's mainly there for her 2 red elemental haste creature generation with her 0 loyalty ability, right? Because we can get her to get these haste creatures on the board, and thus we get to trigger the Cavalcade of Calamity early on in the match. And that is the deck list right there. The main win condition is this enchantment right here, Flame of Keld, alongside these, you know, haste units that attack in, you know, multiple in multitudes. English. Sometimes the language just gets the better of me. And Chandra's Spitting Hot Fire, as I like to call it, is the most dank of them all. I think 3 copies of her is enough, because going 4 felt like you don't want to draw multiple copies of her, because at the end of the day, you just need 1 Spit Hot Fire bird, and that is basically everything you need, because we have the Torch Courier to give it haste, which is very important. Giving this thing haste makes it so that the opponent doesn't have a turn to deal with it, and that can many times be the difference between getting the combo off or not. And, you know, we want to get the combo off as much as possible. So, having that said, that is the deck list right there. Hopefully, you guys forgive me for playing some mono red. I think you'll like this variant, though, and I think you'll like the games I got for you. They're pretty... There's something, let me tell you that. And I'll stop talking here. Have a solid day. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for daily MTG content from your favorite fake Brazilian, fake basketball player fanboy. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, we keep this because this time we have Calamity. It's so important to have Calamity with this deck.
Bow to the howling winds. No, don't try my patience.
you tried, Courier. You tried. At least the Calamity enables me to, you know, lower it down and not go for the -3. Though I would kind of like want the -3, right? No, not really. Okay. Dude, we're getting there. Double Calamity with Chandra's Spitfire is kind of nutty. But we're not quite there yet. We must zap this. Yeah, we must always zap this.
Fully for you. This is a rare occasion. I'm not often wrong.
Scorcher with double Calamity. Sign me in, baby.
This isn't a fight you can win. Oh, I've done the hero thing before. Now what?
You caretaker of your actions are not welcome here. All storms subside.
And here's where we hope for a Chandra Spitfire. Super hot fire lethal here. Well, I just want to spit some hot fire at my opponent. Come on, man. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh, he's Omega dead. He's Omega dead.
Warrior Queen Necromancer has a nice ring to it. Get out of my way!
Well, nice knowing you, bruh. Nice knowing you. It's time to spit some hot fire! Pass the torch. Totally not overkill. I think one Calamity was enough. $777, baby. See, that's way better than Shaka. I agree. Slightly more exciting. And people are asking me to like take out like Chandra Spitfire. If I'm gonna take out Chandra Spitfire, guys, I'm just gonna play mono red aggro. Like, what the fuck? I like this hand. Turn 2 Calamity. Obviously, this is the most important card in the deck. Having it in the opening hand is more often than not a reason, you know, single-handedly to just keep it. I'm gonna drop this first. Just to get it in there. Like, this is the turn 2 play we want to go for. We want to set. This is the engine of the deck. This is the major enabler. Now here's the thing. Nah, I do want to deal with this. See, with this board state, if I top deck into a Spitfire, well, it's not lethal because he has a flyer blocker now, right?
Won't lie, I'm a pretty great pyromancer. Say hi to my fiery friends.
But we just smork. Smork, 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 smork. Smork all day, baby. Just outpace him. What you got for me, Willis? Have you thought about splashing blue for Tetsuo? I don't think it's worth it. Okay, life gain. Oh, you're gonna take 2, really? That must be a really good card you have in there. I don't know if that's worth it.
I'm late to meditation anyway.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Easy peasy, boys. He actually, that was the potential of a comeback there with him cycling the life gain. But we got him. Nice timing too. And we will keep this. Lil Chungus with the 2 months. Thank you, Lil Chungus. I like your. I'm not sure I like your name, but I'm gonna go ahead and say I like it. All right, we're gonna lead off with the Scorch Spitter. I like dropping the Scorch. Ooh. Well, shit. I'm gonna hold onto this for a bit. See what he does with the Weaponsmith. I'm intrigued.
Living in a monastery full of firebrands? Hey, these little guys are great!
I'm gonna drop Chandra before I go for the light up the stages. Well, now he can play like basically any artifact he wants. Well, shit.
Walk it off, Chandra.
Yikes. Okay, what's up with all these? Oh my god. It doesn't help that we're getting like, oh my god, we got so flooded this game. We actually ended up drawing more. That's pretty neat though. That's pretty neat. If only I had, I don't know, a shock. Well, if I'm gonna get unlucky, I'd rather get unlucky versus this. Omega lol. GG. Okay, I like this hand. It's a 3-lander, so we are vulnerable to getting flooded again, but that can be said about any deck, right? I'm gonna try playing the Scorch Spitter. I could always draw into a shock, so I'm gonna attack with this alone. Our only way of winning is with an early Flame of Keld. We gotta be aggressive here. We gotta survive this turn and have Flame of Kill just blow him back. Though unfortunately he can trigger Runaway Steamkin here. Goddamn. Ouch.
Thank you for all of your
Andra, you need more control. Just let me say hi to my fiery friends.
If this was a Scorcher, we would have had him. That sucks. Cry every time. Really close, but not being able to answer the Runaway Steamkin was our doom. Obviously him having the Chain Whirler as well right there. But mainly not being able to answer the Steamkin. Ah, so close, man. If that was a Scorcher instead of like... Those is one of the games that makes me think that maybe four birds is a bit much. Maybe it should be the other way around. Maybe I should have 4 Scorchers and 3 birds. Maybe that would make more sense. Because if that was a Scorcher, I won. Because he didn't like that. That was incorrect on his behalf to like attack with everything. We may see light up the stage go here. Yep. Shock was also lethal. Yeah. So damn close. So close yet so far. Alright. Love to see a Chandra here. I mean, that's also pretty good. Yeah, this makes my Scorcher like a very, very menacing thing. I think I'm gonna switch over to 4 Scorchers.
Sorry I'm late. That's more like it. I suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
I know 88 ways to defeat you. Pick one.
Won't lie, I'm a pretty brave. Can't believe Mother Ludi gave us homework.
Bitch!
Oh, they're so cute.
Get out of my sight. Boom, 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 boom. Got him. The 1/1 lizard almost made it. Yeah. MVP. Right, Boo's our next opponent. I'll keep this in as we have a bunch of hasters and light up the stage to start flowing through our deck. Oh wow, he mulliganed twice. Oh, that's certainly good for us. Opt or flash guy. Flash guy. All right. That's why I lit off with a Fanatical Firebrand, by the way, because I want to have like flexibility with these. I don't know why people always kill the Scorcher instead of the tokens. Because what if I was running the lightning guy? Come on, baby. Calamity. Oh, yes! Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Didn't even have time to say it. Pass the torch. Actually, no. It don't. It's that well. He technically can always. Oh my god, never mind. He can technically always block this. Shit. Got a bit ahead of myself there. Don't draw Safara. Okay, we still got him. We still won. Fucking bird, dude. I wish. Dude, Chandra's thing should have trample. Do you play much Commander, or do you just do Standard? I basically limit my... Like, I play Standard only. I have never played Commander. I think it's interesting. Unlike Draft. Draft is pretty uninteresting to me, but Commander looks fun. I've never had the chance to play it. Should I keep this? Well, I will. I'll trade Monkey with Elf, because Elf is bad. Elf can do bad things. And I think I'll trade Monkey with Elf again.
Sit at my table and let's drink.
Remembering my real name earlier.
My boy Lewis! Thank you, Lewis. Thanks for the 11 euros, man. 11 euros, that's like a very specific... Why not just go 10? Not that I'm complaining, you know, I'll take the extra, but... Yeah, thank you, buddy. Let's see if we can find some more removal, actually. And I think this is worthy of killing. I'm gonna hold on here. Well done, buddy.
Here comes the DJ. Here comes the DJ.
I'm gonna hold on. Well, that's pretty huge. I wish these had trample, man.
Together, we will prevail.
I need some kindling. You look flammable enough. Let's make some more room to fight in.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Behold, let us true power.
No, you really? Oh! Oh no, not like this. Oh, oh okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for wiping out your board, buddy. It's gonna take a while. Oh, Mango King is pissed. Oh my lord. Talk about throwing a game. Oh my god. Oh, I can feel his pain. I can feel his anger. Over this. Okay, we keep this hand. We most certainly keep this. Gonna lead off with Monkey. Oh, that's annoying. Bam, bam.
Here comes the DJ. Here comes the DJ.
I love reason who don't love cowboy bebop. That's true love.
I failed you, babe. I love you too, despite making me watch Cowboy Bebop. That's true love. I could just ping him and go for the card draw, but why not just I'm gonna hold back for a little bit, try to line up my attack, because if I can find, maybe I should have played the Torch Courier, because if I top deck a bird, it's pretty much over. Like I hit him for so much, it's actually crazy. Dude, I need to find the Chandra. I need to find the Chandra bird. And we're good to go here. Come on, baby. Alright, Flame of Killed also does it. As long as he doesn't have like board wipes or anything.
I will protect the virtue of this world.
Okay, there's Nisa.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Yikes. Let's see if we can survive up until that point.
The land shall conquer you.
How much damage is this? Six, 9, 10, 11. All right, so I have 3 draws here. If I can draw into bird, I think we have him. Come on, give me Chandra's Spitfire. That's not her name, right? Give me Firebird. 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 Okay, do we have him? Dude, I'm just gonna go for it. I don't know if we have him, but I'm gonna go for like maximum damage here. Cause we're dead next turn anyways. Fuck math. Fuck math. Fuck math, baby. Hey! Oh my god, we got 2 of them. We got 2 of them. Oh. Got him.